Okay, so this is day 7 of our tasting trip. This morning we drove to Chablis, where we tasted with Domaine Collet, and then we drove back, and then in the afternoon we had a tasting at the very southern end of the Côte d'Or in Santenay, and then another tasting at the very northern end of the Côte d'Or in Gevrey-Chambertin.
Last night, they burned the bales of hay.
Yep, it froze.
We found out at 3 a.m. when the smoke drifted in our window, and we had a brief moment of wondering whether something else was on fire. But indeed, up and down the Côte d'Or, they burned the bales of hay. It created a cloud, effectively, of smoke, and seems to have worked. At least they think it has.
It was kind of a bizarre scene this morning. We drove out into the vines, and the whole atmosphere is full of smoke. They had these bales of hay that they had set at the ends of the vines. They were burning. Some people were taking them apart and burning them pile by pile, and others had just set the whole bale alight. And the result was this huge field of smoke that was hovering above the vines. It's the first time they've really done this en masse in Burgundy, and it seems to have worked. We then drove up to Chablis, which, if you thought the winemakers in the Côte d'Or had it hard, the Chablisians had it even harder. They've had 7 days where they've had to light fires in between the vines to keep the vines warm enough so they don't freeze, and even then they've had some serious frost damage. We tasted some 2015s, which are lovely and are going to drink really nicely, but they've got a lot of damage and a lot of sleepless nights up there. We then drove back to the Côte d'Or, to Roger Belon and Santenay, where we tasted some of his excellent 2015s, and then up to Gevrey-Chambertin for a brand new producer who is incredibly promising. His wines were phenomenal, better than we thought they might be. We're very, very excited to add him to our lineup.
So we're very excited about the last producer we found this afternoon. They are the only new producer that we've tasted with this trip, but really a very promising new source for Gevrey-Chambertin.
Not only are we delighted with the tastings we had today, we are on our way out to dinner with a vigneron who has become a friend. It's one of the great pleasures of this business to have that happen, and we're very much looking forward to dinner.
And that's it for tasting update number 7, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.